Is up, geeks? This is my little review of X-Men Days of Future Past. There will be spoilers, so I'm warning you now. Um, I watched it Friday morning and also last night, Sunday night. It's just one of those movies I had to see twice. It was just so good. I think for me, it's definitely the best X-Men movie to date. As far as overall in my top 10 list of comic book movies. It's number 2 right now, tied with Avengers, second only to The Dark Knight. Um, for me, it was just the story is what really brought it to that number 2 spot because, with Avengers, like the action with that, it was just like nonstop and it was so much more than this movie. Even Captain America 2 had more action, but the action here was supplementary to the story, and the story was just amazing. The way they seamlessly went from past to, future, and how they interacted with each other, and all the characters coming back. It was like, as much as you may have hated X Men: The Last Stand, or even X Men Origins, all those movies had to happen for you to have this like feeling of satisfaction at the end of this movie. You know, I did say spoiler warning. So at the end of this movie, basically there's all the old cast members coming back. Cyclops and Jean Grey, and even Storm, who died during the movie. Like all these characters coming back, and it wouldn't have felt as good if that didn't happen to them. Like if they didn't die in X Men: The Last Stand, this wouldn't have happened. So I think it was actually a good thing that they this whole story unfolded the way that it did. Now it's kind of like retcon. It's like rebooted in a way, but at the same time, it matters to the characters who went through that, which is Wolverine. Of course, Wolverine is gonna remember everything that happened in the past uh, storyline, the other timeline that no longer exists, and for his character development that matters. And also Charles Xavier, now he experienced the future that that didn't happen because he looked into Wolverine's mind. So those movies in a way they don't matter from here on out, but at the same time they do as far as character development is concerned with Xavier and Wolverine, and even Beast for a little bit, and Magneto, just because they got to know the future Wolverine, and they had like an idea of what the future was like, so they kind of were affected by it. But overall, like, just the way that everything unfolded, and yeah, like I said, characters, and having all these characters were kind of scary in the beginning because you would have thought like, oh, maybe this person wouldn't get enough screen time, but those things didn't really matter at the end. Like even though Storm was just in it for a little bit, um, even like just like the older version of Magneto didn't have that many lines. Ian McKellen, it didn't matter because like the story was just so good. Um, One of the best sequences in, I think for me, in any action movie was the Quicksilver sequence. It was so good. It was like this was like Marvel Studios kind of good, even though like Fox has never done a movie this good as far as their superhero films. Um, and I'm very excited for X Men Apocalypse. If you stay after the credits, there is an after credits scene. That is Apocalypse, even though he looks a bit skinny and young. That's just his younger version. Of course, the Four Horsemen were there. Death, pestilence, war, famine. Um, the way it's all going to unfold, I'm not really sure yet. Apparently, it's going to be using the first class cast more, which I'm excited for because, wow, James McAvoy, I think that's how you say his name, but he was so good in this movie. People are talking about him having an Oscar nomination for this role. I think, well deserved, even though it would be coming out of left field. But for a superhero movie, it was really upping the bar. So, like, overall, I want to give this movie, if I had to rate it out of 10, um, right now it'd be a 9. If Dark Knight is like a 9.5, this would be a 9. And I have to see this movie more because obviously, like, just seeing it twice is not enough. But so far, for just 2 viewings, the fact that it's up with Avengers, that's crazy. That's just so good. I'm excited for more superhero movies. They just keep getting better and better. Like, obviously this year was just so good. I'm gonna release my Amazing Spider-Man 2 review as well. I saw that twice. Not as good as this one, but yeah, and I saw it a while ago too. I just haven't had the chance to make a review for that, but I will. What else did I make I have to make a Captain America 2 review. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Tell me if you want me to do a Godzilla review, because I also watched Godzilla. It's pretty good. But yeah, until next time, embrace, express, and enjoy yourself, guys.